Hello guys, welcome to today's session of Solve with Techsolvi. Today we are solving this two pointers problem, container with most water. So let's see what is the problem statement. You are given an array, integer array, height of length n. There are n vertical lines drawn such that the two endpoints of the ith line and I comma 0. Okay, so what it's trying to say is that there are n vertical line drawn such that the two endpoints of the ith line are I and 0 and I and height I. Okay, the first two lines that together with the x-axis form a container such that the container contains the most water. Return the maximum amount of water a container can store. So basically what it's trying to say is also given in a pictorial form that you are given an array that will contains some lines, okay, and each line will have some height. Say first line here is having a height of 1, second is having a height of 8, and so on. They are given n lines, so we have to choose two such lines out of this array so that the water containing within this area is getting maximized. So these are, in fact, this problem is one of the classic two-pointer problems, and we will see in this session how we can solve this using the two-pointer approach. So let's start. So here you can see I'm using Python editor today. We also have a separate session where we will be using a Java editor for the same problem. So let's begin with Python. So let's see, we have given a variable height and the return is expected to be an int. Okay, and we have to return the maximum water that we can store, okay, in the given list of bars. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so the approach will be, let's discuss the approach. So approach is that okay, we have to have two pointers. Okay, one placing at the beginning and the second pointer will be placed at the end. Okay, so what we will do, we will first try to calculate the minimum height among the two bars, say initially at 0th index, and the last point and second pointer will be placed at the end index, okay, over here. So the minimum height among these two bars will be obviously this one, and the distance between the two will be the index of the last bar minus index of the initial bar, okay, and then multiplied by the minimum height of the two bars. Okay, so that will give the maximum water that can be stored among the two bars. Okay, and we'll store this maximum storage value in a variable. Okay, then what we'll do, then we'll compare which among the two bars having the smaller height. The one, so here this the first bar is having the smaller height compared to this the last bar, so we will move the pointer from this bar to the next bar. Okay, and then we'll again calculate the height, this maximum water that can be stored among the second bar and the last bar. Okay, and then among these two bar, whatever the water that we can store, we'll store it based on the comparison that whether this water storage capacity is larger than the last previous water storage capacity or not. If it's larger, then we'll store this larger value, and then we'll move on with the same comparison among the bars, that which bar is larger among the two. And here in this case that's this index 1th bar is having larger height compared to the last bar. So obviously we'll have to move the last pointer by means we have to bring this last pointer to this pointer, this bar. Okay, and like that we have to keep on comparing, and when both the pointers will either next to each other, okay, will be means in the position like one point is here and the second point is over here, then we will stop the computation and then we will return the answer. So let's dive into the coding part. Okay, so initially we will have a capacity, maximum capacity. Let's mark it 0. Okay, initially. Then we have to have the pointers. So pointer 1, ptr pointer 1 equals to, will be placed at the initial index, that is 0, and pointer 2 will be placed at the end. So what we will do, we will do length of height and -1. Okay, sorry. And so we got the initial position of the pointers. Now we will write a while loop. While pointer 1 is less than pointer 2. Okay, so as discussed, so obviously we'll keep on moving the pointers till both the pointers are either next to each other. Okay, and once the moment the pointers crosses each other, then it's a stopping point for us. So okay, we have the location of pointer. Now for every pointer positions in this loop, we have to calculate the capacity of water that it can store. Okay, so let's see, capacity equals okay, first is that capacity equals to this difference of the pointers, pt pointer positions, ptr2 minus ptr1 into, we need to have the minimum. Okay, for minimum we have this by default function in Python, min. So what we will do, we will use this function to calculate the minimum height among the bars. So height of ptr1 comma height of ptr2. Okay, so we got the minimum height, and then obviously we got the capacity also. Now we'll check if max capacity is less than less than current capacity, then obviously we have to capture this current capacity equals to cap. Okay, and then we have to move the pointers, right? Now moving pointer logic will be like the height of the pointers that is having lesser or the bar which is having which is smaller among the two, that pointer has to be moved. Okay, so the comparison will be if minimum of this is equals to height height of pointer ptr2. Okay, if the minimum height bar is placed at pointer 2, then obviously what you have to do, you have to do ptr2 minus equals to 1. Okay, you have to reduce the index. Else what we have to do is that ptr1 plus equals to 1. Okay, and this is the complete logic for this problem. Now we'll be returning the solution, that is max capacity. Okay, so that's all about it, and let's run it. Okay, old habits die hard. Being a Java developer, sometimes those Java syntax creeps in, so no issue. Similarly over here also, so I think this will solve the issue. Else also needs a colon. Yes, let's see. Okay, so we are getting the correct answer. Let's submit it. So the solution got accepted. So I hope you got the approach how to solve this kind of problems, and stay tuned for more upcoming problem solving sessions.